Get this going here. Where is it? Do that. Do that. So there's the blaze. Anybody out there? Told him I was going to be on at 10. Come on at 10 because so that everybody else is that streams is in bed. You know, real searchers stay up all night long because they got this stuff on their mind. Well, okay. For the people that are watching the review, I'll turn that around. You've seen enough of that, I guess. There's nobody watching me yet. What did I shave for? I went to shave and I had this side part done, and the battery went dead. Nobody out there. Is anybody out there? Minute and a half, nobody. Shit. Usually you got somebody within the first minute. Get people watching. But not today, huh? So I'm talking to nobody. So what I do is I'll mention everything before they even come and join in and start any chat. I'll have it all there. Hooli. I was wondering, I thought maybe the internet was turned off for everybody, or they nuke Google or something, you know. I was I don't know if you've seen my little GIF I made. Whether you want me or not, yeah. But I'll show you. But if you the blaze. The tombstone matches perfect. The shoulder matches perfect. The pocket and the little dove in the moon in his pocket matches perfect. There's the asterisk and the actually I have another one with the X's on it. Where's the one I made with the X's? I thought I had it on there. Let's put it on there. Edit. So we'll just delete that one. And I get the other one. There it is. Copy link. Copy. And I go back over here. You'll get it. And I take the link out. Oh. Save there. Okay. So yeah, this one has the X's on it too. And the asterisk. The asterisk, the X. That's cool. That's the asterisk, the two X's, and him holding the tombstone, and who knows? I may upgrade that GIF to, show some of the other figures that are in his. There's some other figures that are in the book. They might be in there, so it could be a bunch of them in there. But I suspect, because he said in Teachers with Ropes, he said, I rested my arm on bronze, like you're not supposed to touch his stuff, but he was hit, or he rested his elbow on a bronze, and there's his elbow in that with him holding the, so you're looking for the treasure under the elbow. Or he said he pushed a nickel under the Pie Lady's tombstone, so just under the tombstone. And what happens is the cliff comes down, and then it goes in, and so there's a space. There's like a crack underneath the bottom of the cliff that goes in, maybe 3 feet and 2 or 3 feet under the, so anything falling off the cliff isn't going to fall on it, it'll miss it. But if the cliff were to crumble under there, it'd be a different situation. But I saw one area that was 100, 200 feet from where this thing is. I saw one area where the cliff had fallen onto the floor of the in that slot, that little hollow at the bottom of the cliff. And I'll show you another. How you doing, Uli? And Whoopi. The asterisk is there. It's there in the rock. Boom. It's like a asterisk. It's also, what's that? A stick man also, right? But I'm able to, I was like, oh, wait, the asterisk, and then that's 2 X's, It's kind of one X goes into the center of the other X to make an asterisk. I don't know. But even if you look at the GIF and you follow the lines, they're all there. And look in his ears. The little curlies in his ears in the drawing show up right on the curlies in the rock. I mean, it's hear me all. Hear me all. The ears are perfect on that. And I put a winking eye on it. Perfect timing. Oh, yeah, he closed up the shop. Yeah. I give Forrest, I give Puppet Forrest some suggestions for other things, I even commented on what is it? Hint of Riches. I commented on one of Toby's things on Hint of Riches with the GIF of the Blaze. We don't know there's a lead searcher. It's like, come on, man. Pull your head out of your ass. There's a lead searcher. Okay, I've got the Blaze. I found the Rockwell drawing on the cane wall. I found the teacher waking him up at his desk, and the fire escape, and the stouted-hearted men guy sleeping up on top of he's right on top, way up 400. He's about 600 feet, 800 feet up the mountain, laying up there looking at the stars. I got the Buffalo Cowboy car and all this, and I'm out there. My search, I guess it was Thursday, I went out and searched, and that's when I took these pictures. And I come back here in my RV on the computer. I look at the pit because I take pictures of all the rocks because I don't know where this symbol is going to be, where it's going to materialize, and then you got to stare at it. That's what Marvel gaze is. It's not at a glance. No, it's a gaze. That means stare at it until you see stuff coming out of it, and it comes out, and it's amazing what's there. The people that don't see it are too lazy to try and see it, and they're in denial that it's there, and so they won't even try and see it. Marvel glaze, yeah. It's Marvel gaze. It's not a glazed donut. Some people are Marvel glazed. That's the other thing. I don't watch a lot of TV and get brainwashed like a lot of people do. A lot of people, I don't even, I know nothing about Game of Thrones, nothing about any of that. It's not available to me on Tubi. You got to watch. You ever watch? Oh, yeah, it's Tubi. I watch Tubi because there's a variety of channel things to watch. I like watching. They got the investigator stories and stuff, and mysteries and whatever, all that stuff on. But the thing I don't like about Tubi is to hear that woman talk about her colostomy bag 3-4 times an hour. Tubi, I've seen it. And I don't have a colostomy bag, so I don't need to see your ad. Who's ever running that ad, stop it. Let somebody else get on there. Somebody that's not selling poo bags. Yeah, I don't have all I have is my phone. Because my RV is on wheels. I could probably get the phone company has a box. Yeah, hey, poop. The phone company has a box on the corner by my property. That's about probably a couple thousand feet. I'd have to have a couple thousand feet of cable to get out there. And about what you want to do is put some type of booster right there at the phone box and just bury a cable across it. You could even run it across the ground there. Nobody would care. Just cut across the neighbor's land. Yeah, and another thing, I was trying to tell Jason when he's doing his show, he's telling, look on the thing, the picture with the billy goat. It's a billy goat, right? Goats are known as billies. Let's not say that too much because that might, we try. It's a hint of something here. Yeah, bill and goat. And then I said, well, look at the rock that the goat is standing on. There's an elephant there's an elephant in the rock. And I just had chicken tacos. They're telling you, oh, go streaming after Cal was on and stuff. And I was like, my teeth aren't in. I gotta eat dinner. As I've scheduled, I put that I was going to be on at 10 o'clock. And so, maybe this will show up better on Giphy, bigger than Facebook. Yeah, it does. Okay, here I'll show you. There's the elephant and the billy goat and the woolly mammoth. Woolly mammoth. Get it? Does anybody get it? Woolly mammoth. Willie the woolly dog and woolly mammoth. Yeah, Tom. See, there's billy goat and mammoth. Woolly mammoth. Yeah. And there's other things on here. Like see the legs coming up? That's a man's legs. And there's a guy standing there waving in the shoulder is his arm guy standing there waving and stuff. I mean, I could animate the hell out of this thing. And there's things like written in the legs. but there's there's the elephant there. Oh, Gorman's seeing things. He's imagining. No, some people have no imagination. There's a lot of searchers with no imagination. They can't figure it out. They got to have somebody help them and explain everything to them. And sorry, you know. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Wow, awesome. Wow. Yeah, there's an elephant on there. There's other things. I have to put. I put it in my art program, and I blew it up twice the size that you can get it from Dale, and then I adjust the focus, so it's not pixelated too much. Because anytime you increase the size, you gotta if you increase it like 2 or 3 times its size, then you do blur, and that smooths it out. And then you can sharpen, and that sharpens it and stuff. I know how to. I worked at IBM in 1989, 1990. I was testing CAD software at IBM up in Boulder, Colorado, and I would hitchhike to work in the winter when it's 15 degrees. I'd hitchhike to work, and because my engine blew up on my car on December 17th that year, Lee Themes, we're all about shadows. Yeah, shadows, and what's lurking in the shadows. Shadows go move and follow you. So, it's really weird how often elephants, mammoths show up in Fenn stuff. I've been, because I found the elephants out here in the wild. They're in the mountain. They're 300-foot elephants out there, carved in the rock. I found places where they built blocks up to build an elephant, and then they cover it with stucco. And there are figures all over the elephant, people hugging them, and people riding them, and baskets on top of them, and it's crazy. So, yeah, I'll show the other GIF again here. You wait for the page to load. It's a little slower when I'm. Sometimes you click like 4 times before you. Oh, you're clicking? Yes, I'm clicking. You stupid computer. Here's the other. But look at look how the tombstone lines line up. And look at the fingers wrapped around the edge there. And then here at the elbow, the arm coming, all the lines are going right in the cracks. And the grass is the bushes at the bottom. And the X's and the asterisks. And look at his collar, the rock has the collar and all is there. And the little bird wings on his pocket. Or is that the dove in the moon in there? It's all there. Now I've people that say, "Hey, was it?" I've explained. I went on it's a challenge for me to climb to these places. I went on a search on Thursday. I took these pictures because it's hard to see it while you're there. You have to take the pictures. You take the pictures home or put them on the computer, blow them up. play with the contrast and things to bring things out of shadows and whatever, and and look and see what you can see in it, and and then I go, oh, that might be that matches. Yes, it does matches perfectly, and you got to be able to match it up. Just like, hey, you got to take the things in the poem, match it up with something on the map. You got to take the pictures in the book and match it up with something on the rocks. You know, and I've got all the stories, and I've got the one drawing of Ben Stahl painting that's on the paint palette in Things I Covet. In Once Upon a While, Things I Covet, there's a paint palette with the girl and the boy climbing on it, on the paint palette. I think the girl's laying on top and the boy's climbing up to her. But in nature, it's the opposite. It's the boy laying on top and the girl climbing. The girl's actually climbing over the top of a mammoth, standing on a mammoth tusk and climbing over the trunk to get to the boy, to kiss the boy on top. It's mirrors what's in nature, and he was mirroring what's in nature. And I get this way because I followed the instructions. You got to play the part. You got to play the part of the fanatic. You got to play your roles. You got to, and then you got to believe in it. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not going to get, The only thing I have trouble with is to physically do all this it's exhausting. You can go up there and you stand on loose rocks. You can take a tumble and fall, maybe break a leg, and I'm falling on my knees and falling on my ass and falling on my elbows, and a lot of people don't. It's hard for me to do that. Shoot from the hip. What hip? Shoot from the hip. Yeah, I've got. I had birth. I was a March of Dimes baby. They had put braces on my legs and straighten my legs out before I could walk. My sister tell you about it. She watches sometimes. Shoot from the hip. Yeah, I shot an old laptop from the hip with my shotgun. Went right through the middle of the screen. Just shoot, boom, first shot right through the screen. Yeah, I got a lot of kids giving me shit for being pigeon-toed. But being pigeon-toed makes you a faster swimmer. I was on the swim team and I was on the relay team, went North Coast section finals for California. And I swam 100 yards in like 52 seconds. It's, less than a minute. I swam a mile in 17 minutes. I did the long distance swimming races. And my dad was probably in Memphis at the same time Forrest was. That's amazing. And my dad, I think, had the job that Forrest didn't want. And my dad was an aviation radio man. He rode in the belly of the airplane and did the communications, the Morse code and stuff. Very impressive. Yeah. Yeah, it was North Coast section. That's the East Bay and Marin County and all that, all the way up to Eureka, and yeah. And I don't know if we placed, you know, 'cause they have several heats and stuff, but I qualified to go. And then the other guys in the swim team, right? We go to the buffet for dinner, and and the they all the one was somebody in the team decided, hey, let's skip out on this, you know. And it's like that's not my idea, you know. But what do? You're a kid, you run with the rest of them, you know. But I probably could have had free meals there for a lifetime if I had hung out and said, I'll tell you who these guys were. I'm paying for mine. I'm not paying for theirs, you know. Yeah, if you're a kid and your buddies want to skip out on paying the ticket, don't skip out with them. They can't make you pay for the other guy's food, you know. You don't have to pay for what you ate. So yeah, I think this is the and in the Teachers with Rope, he says I rested my elbow on a bronze, right? And then you got the picture with him holding the tombstone, and there's his elbow, and I think it's under his elbow. It's either that, or he says I'd like push a nickel underneath the old pie lady's tombstone. So there's his tombstone. So you push a nickel under the tombstone or the bronze underneath the elbow, you know. So that symbol on the canyon wall is basically saying, "Come and get me." It's basically the asterisk is there, the double X's are there, and the other thing I figured out about the double X's. See, I should have that picture on my computer. After February this year, that'd be July pictures. What do I do with it? It's not there. It's not there. So maybe August. Might have made it over to my computer in August from the phone. I see people that it's like they don't know how to transfer files from their phone to their computer or use a backup drive. But I've got a terabyte of pictures. Oh, where'd it go then? Now what was I looking for? Tombstone's face is in right. Yeah, it is. The rising sun, yeah. That's right. The rising sun, even on the rock, hits that side of the rock. It comes up from that side first. I thought I had it here. Oh well. I got it on my phone probably still. Oh, there is a way I can get that while I'm even on the will this reach? Yeah, we move it closer. And I can get it off my phone. While I'm I just plugged in. I made data connection to my computer so I can grab the picture of Fenn. Yeah. DCIM camera. That'll take a while. Oh, no, I took them all off. We put them on my backup drive, and I don't have that. Do the hole how deep? I pulled a post out of the ground, and the post was 3 feet deep, and I wouldn't dig more than 3 feet, because he mentioned that a metal detector would help you if you were in the exact right spot, and so that means it would need to be less than 3 feet from the surface. And it turned out what I kind of determined that was an old artifact of the campground, probably where the well or water spigot was, and the spigot and the pipes are gone, and there was just a ring that was on the ground underneath the spigot left, a concrete ring and a post there. American cowgirl. I am going to be so happy when someone else solves this. I feel someone is so close. Just not sure. I'm the one that's got where this spot where this picture is. I searched that 2 years ago. I was 100 feet from there. It said there was a whole lot of bushes and things that you'd have to climb from the direct. And I figured I'd around sometime and get the other side of the bushes, come from the other side, and I went up there Thursday. Okay, you go up, say one time I went up the hill and went off that way searching. The other time I come up the hill and go off that way searching. This time I got to come up the hill and go right up in the middle. Yeah, I'm only one person. I'm not a missing persons search team. I'm one guy with blood cancer. It's hard for me to breathe and climb there and do all this. It's difficult for me. And I'm not Mighty Dog. I got him right there. I think when I go up to get the treasure, I think this time I'm gonna let him run around up there because he'll make down. You got to go across a little bit of scree, or it's not really scree, it's gravelly rock on a slope like that. Thanks. Yeah, I see my new doctor tomorrow, finally. And I'm going to let my doctor know the rules. The rules are, here's all my records. Here's my blood. I'm going to bring my laptop so I can connect to the internet and pull up my records. If she doesn't believe, well, let's pull that up right now, and I know where the files are, know how to find them and all that. And I say, right there, right there, right there. Don't give me any reason for not continuing my medications. If you don't discontinue my medication for any of these things without having me see the specialist first that administers those. Yeah, Jack's drinking water. He's spoiled, aren't you, Jack? You spoiled puppy? Yeah. He was barking and barking and barking at something, and I've got a bark collar, and I put that on him. He quit barking. He quit barking. He, so, so he was good for a couple hours. I took it off, but I don't know. Maybe it was beeping at him when he probably beep beep because it beeps. It gives him beep warnings before it gives him a shock, you know. But he knows my son used him on a training collar on him, so he knows what the beeps mean. That means a shock is coming if you don't do what I'm telling you. And he listens. He knows what I'm talking about. It's a smart little pup. Togo listens too. He knows everything that's going to happen. You know, I was gonna. There was some picture. What a picture I take of Fembury. I can't remember. I was looking it up. Undergrowth will have a grown over the treasure. No, 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 no. There's a cove under the cliff comes down here, and underneath there's a pocket under there. It's just rock in these places, rocks and marmots and things go in there, you know. But there aren't really marmots like holes they can climb into. But there's like a shelf underneath the cliff where I go. You know, he said he used to fly around looking for places with overhang, you know. And under the overhang, it's just rock in there, and there's cubby holes all over in there too. And I look at the picture with and around the elbow, and it's like, no, those rocks might have been just put there, you know. So I put the metal detector over it. I think he entombed it. It's entombed. It's stuck into the rock, and he put like Jesus, and they rolled the boulder in front of the door, you know. But he wouldn't need much of a boulder to block a hole that he could put the treasure in. And so he's entombed it in there. Buried. No, entombed. Maybe maybe he cremated it. I don't think he cremated it. But I'm pretty sure if this ain't the final clue, then it's in his will. The whole canyon wall is a rock outcrop. The whole and there are thousands. He said there were 10 billion blazes. There are 10 billion blazes out there, he said. That's what makes it difficult, finding the correct blaze. And that's the correct formation in the rock, the correct figure in the rock. And that's him holding the tombstone. I had found one in 2016, miles away, several miles away from this spot. But I progressed. I figured out, oh, this goes further, you know, because I figured out, oh, he was watching the sun at the gate where his father went into the school, went through the door to the school where his father's parking space was, and he's sitting there, and I feel, oh, ooh, the gate, road, the gate to the road is the gate to the Spanish toy factory. And I went down there, and that's when I found the Thoth riding an ibis and the Biddy's boy up there and stuff. And then later on, I found the piece of chicken. He gets stuck under the denture, it falls out. So at the end of the day, he put, oh, what I have? Oh, yeah, that's what I ate. Got anything to eat? Yeah, right up here. um, anybody? Oh, uh, my shoulders. This shoulder is killing me after trying to move that post. Because I had surgery on this shoulder. Your bicep tendon there's two tendons that come up from your bicep, and they cut one of mine. Doop, they cut it off. So I only have one of those tendons now. But I just went to reach for my computer or something, and yeah, or laying in bed trying to roll over. Oh, you know, hit that peace pipe. Yeah. I don't know if I have anything prepared to put in the peace pipe. I don't think I do. Oh, I do. I can hit the peace pipe. That's the other thing. And I substitute the 6-pack with the peace pipe, right? Go in peace. Now, my ancestors, my 5th great grandfather was Colonel James Rogers of the Queen's Rangers and the King's Rangers and Rogers Rangers. And my ancestor, he took Louisburg from the French Canadians. And my 5th great grandfather, he was the first English mayor of Quebec. James Rogers was, the first English mayor of Quebec, my 5th great grandfather. And him and his brother Robert Rogers went and took possession of every fort in Canada from the French and Mackinac, and they smoked the peace pipe with Pontiac. And so that's pretty cool that, my ancestors smoked the peace pipe with Pontiac, and at the end of the poem, what's it say? Go in peace. Well, there's the peace pipe. This figure on the rock matches that drawing so perfectly that I can't see it being anything else, because you're looking all over, and it is hard to find and hard to see. That's why you got to marvel gaze. What's up, Jack? Oh, yeah, I already took the pictures. Maybe they're on. Oh, wait, look on the card. Yeah, I was looking in the wrong directory on my phone. There. It's so slow what it shows on the computer. Oh, that's what I was looking for. That picture of the of that he did with the 2 X's in the book. I know where that is. On the computer, even. It's in this directory. I took pictures of a lot of the stuff in Too Far to Walk, and I put it on the computer, blow it up, looking for things in the pictures and stuff. The thing with all the African American statues that he had, that looks like the canyon wall. It's so, and there's things in the drawing. The thing with him drinking the Pepsi at San Lazaro, there's a face right above his head, profile of a face, and there's the guy with his foot up on the stump, the logger without his axe. They put a little cartoon. Anybody seen my axe? I mean, I take a lot of pictures. People want to, it's a lonesome dove, as things do with the hunt. I know I had that picture in my computer. There's the other Fembury picture. Should be near there. What are you whining about, Jack? You hear him whining? What? No. I let him out just before we started this. No. This is how I fix him. I turn the light off. He tells him it's bedtime, doggy. He comes right over next to me. No, Jack. Yep. After I get the treasure, I'm gonna get a dog sitter. I'm gonna need a dog sitter. You're gonna have one of them doors with a magnet in the backyard with a fence. He's mad. He's trying to convince me to let him out again. And I wanted to grab that. He'll get upset with me. He thinks I'm getting up. There's the so I ain't seen so supposedly I think Navajo pipe. Oh, it's dust. Yeah. I got this pipe. My ancestors, Robert Rogers, and James Ace. The movie Northwest Passage is about them, about my ancestors. Spencer Tracy played my Uncle Bob. Spencer Tracy played Robert Rogers. And they went up. The Abenakis had come down and kidnapped and scalped and enslaved 600 English colonists. Over 600. They found, over 600 English scalps that they found on the lodge poles of the Abenakis. It turns that way, right? I should turn it that way. There. Are we all obsessed? Yeah. Yeah, those they have a like Alcoholics Anonymous. If you notice, there's an F-100 right there. He's in a dive. What do you want, Jack? No, you can't have any. Yeah. Oh. So here's something I made. I can't find what I was looking for, but I can show you some other stuff. Like that mirror's what I have a magnet on for holding the camera while I'm streaming. There. See, like here and here. See, the grass comes up. There's it. This is a face. These are the eye sockets, forehead, brow. There's an ear. But you know, because some of the faces you see on the rock are half cut off. You know, you got to be able to recognize a face in the bush and stuff. It's like some of these army guys. It's like, come on, you go out. You don't know how to notice anything strange in the woods. And this is at somebody said there got to be a water. There is a waterfall. It's just not right where the treasure is. The three rocks in the. I took a. I better, yeah. See, here's the guy. There he is. Oh, Jack, stop it. Stop whining. I'm trying to be nice to you. Try to be nice to me, Jack. Okay? He said, no, you just went out. Stop it. Want me to put the bark collar? Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Yeah. He doesn't know it's not turned on. Yep. He's not going to bark. The battery's disconnected. There's a piece of paper between the battery and the. That's how you turn it off. You put a piece of paper between the battery and the contact. A six-pack and a little imagination. Yeah, I might have a shot. I could have a shot, can't I? Hang on here. Who was that brought that alcohol? Was that Tom Hardy? No, that was that neighbor of mine. The guy that. Hey, thoughts on the little girl? The little girl. You seen my thing with a little girl cartoon? Oh. Let's see. Where is she? I did a one. It was in. No. Oh. And in that directory. Little girl in India, yeah. At least the little girl in India knows what the hell an elephant is. Yeah, I could unravel any riddle. The scarecrow. This way, I can unravel any riddle if I only had a brain. Yeah, that's and a lot of people, you know, it's something. The person that's going to find it has undoubtedly been ridiculed to the max by the rest of the community. Where is she? I did a little girl in India, little cartoon thing. I'm looking for it on the computer. And say, oh, I should show that. You get interrupted on the way to the picture. She is coming up real soon. Did a Yogi Bear and Boo Boo one on it. Putin put in is Putin. Putin. Forrest has ties with Russia. He's colluded with the Russians. It's 6 degrees of separation, you know? What's the relationship between this item and this item? I like that. It's a silent caller. I don't even, not even armed. The thing ain't even beat. Can't. It works so good. Maybe he'll kill that mouse. I was asking Jack if we should get a cat so that the cat can exterminate the mice that keep coming in here. Now he's laying down. He's relaxed now. Yeah, I don't know what had happened to that thing with my little girl from India cartoon. I think I posted it on one of the groups. I think it was Friend Treasure Hunter. To be down there. Oh, yep, there it is, right there. There's a little girl. Yeah. Can't get closer than the first two clues. So this guy, I fear Monday night at 10. I tried for Monday at 9, but other people are still doing their stuff. You know, even the 7 o'clock show almost goes to 9 sometimes or past there. So mine Monday at 10. Do you pass the clues every time you search? This spot, there's an area, right? But where you start the hunt at the Homer Brown, where you start, is one blaze. The gypsies are one blaze. The stout-hearted men are another blaze, and there's a whole bunch of them in between. And it's, he says, me in the middle. It's between the two blazes on the ends. It's one of the blazes in the middle, and it's the hardest one to find. I didn't. You got to do a little climbing to find this one, and you got to have a good camera, not just a cell phone. You know, I have a Nikon. I have an 18 to 55 millimeter lens and a 70 to 300 millimeter lens, and I bring them both because sometimes you got a whole big thing, and sometimes, and so you get the big panorama picture, and then I take pictures of. I look around and snap, 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 get pictures of everything. Like a slip and slide. But the hill, yeah, the hill is, you gotta watch your footing. If there's little tufts of grass, step on the top of the tuft of grass, you know, because it's got roots into the ground and stuff. And if there's a tree that can support your weight, that you can grab onto, grab a branch of a tree. Don't grab a dead branch. Woo! You're gonna go down the hill. You gotta have a live branch isn't going to snap off, and you can use stuff like that to help balance you or pull you up the hill. He's behaving so well with that on. And like I said, the battery isn't connected. uh, he just knows he better listen to me now. He gets like I said, the mice will come in, and if I grab my BB gun, because the mice avoid the damn traps, and I see them come out, and get my BB gun, I can get them with the BB gun because they won't, you know, I don't know what the hell to do. You gotta empty the whole thing out and bomb it. I don't know. um, uh, need to retire this old RV. Need to get the treasure. I'd rather live in a house than live in an RV. That's for sure. Interested. Have you seen any other searchers out on the? No, no. I see people stop to take a pee, and they don't know you're there. Yeah. I see people stop to they poop. He would have risked that climb at 80. Sounds. Didn't he want to leave his bones at it? If he died getting there to put it there, then it would have been just perfect for him because he already had everything all written in the book and ready to go in case he didn't make it back. Maybe. He wanted to go throw his bones on it. So if he died getting it there, then it would have served his purpose. And the whole thing is about it's the end of life, where warm water halts is it has the everything has a tie to the treasure hunt, a tie to spirituality and stuff like that. Where warm water halts is when your heart stops pumping and your blood goes cold. Your blood is your warm water. You know, it's the end of life, the end of his rainbow. Try and find the end of his rainbow. Well, I found it by looking for the beginning of his rainbow and searching for rainbow trail. I was looking for a trail that's way away from here, up at what's the name of that sound now? Poncha Springs. I was looking for Poncha Springs Rainbow Trail, and I found Rainbow Hot Springs, which is one of the beginnings of his rainbow. There's like two. It's either Rainbow Hot Springs or it's Pagosa Springs, one or the other. But either you can get to the home of Brown from either one of them. The from one it's more up a canyon than down a canyon, and the other one's down a canyon. So but from there it's no place for the meek. And Little Red Riding Hood knows where no place for the meek is. It's on the way to Grandma's house because of the big bad wolf. The big bad wolf. And he said the treasure isn't associated with a structure. That doesn't mean that none of the clues in the poem aren't associated with a structure. Or, like I asked Jason, is a machine a structure? If you want to go that far, your skeleton is a structure. A structure is generally a building. But heavy loads, a ski lift is a machine. And like Pink Floyd, Welcome to the Machine. Time. And do they spell that? You know, time, like, or Pink Floyd's time. They should spell it Thyme. You know, it's like found a time machine here. It takes me back 14,000 years. It's illegal to dig in your search. I don't know. You're required to have a shovel to put your campfire out. and I don't know if just pulling a post out of the ground is considered digging. Is that digging? I thought I just pulled a post out of the ground. I didn't dig any. But when I got the post out, I could see 3 feet down. You know, and it not there. I'll go over it with my metal detector when I go back to go get the treasure. But I think it's up to. He said he wouldn't take it down in a canyon because that would mean he would have to walk up to get out of there. And if you're doing something that's laborious, you want to hike uphill, hike up the hill, because he got going downhill is going to be easy, a lot easier than hiking up the hill. So I hiked up to the base of up Mount Yale from about 9,000 feet up to 11,111 feet. And I had to stop every 25 feet and got up there. And then you're out there all alone, and there's wild animals out there. You know, there's mountain lions out, a lot of mountain lions. A 10 square mile area had was 100 mountain lions in it, and that's near Golden, Colorado. That's how many mountain lions are in the backyard of Golden. And generally, there's plenty of rabbits and marmots, squirrels, and little things to eat that they don't bother with people unless they're sick or injured, you know. Like there was one at a friend's country club he worked at. There was a mountain lion that was killing people's pet dogs when they let them out to little small dogs when they let them out to go to the bathroom, you know. And they knew that the mountain lion was missing a tooth, missing one of his fangs. And so that mountain lion missing a fang was having trouble getting food. And so he started preying on the pets, you know. So that's, you know, if they're in a desperate or sick or something, then they might bother you. You don't hear a lot about people getting attacked by mountain lions. He was going to leave his car. He still had to get back to where the bones would stay. How? Oh, Doug would give him a ride. Doug would have given him a ride. Doug Preston. Or, well, if with the treasure already there, he would only have to go there. He could hitchhike if he wanted. You know, if you're out there hitchhiking, you got to sign, I'll give you some gold. I was hitchhiking in Oregon. I was trying to get my car. I didn't have a tow bar for the car I had that time at that time, and I had my bus, and I drove my bus to Gardner, Gardiner, Oregon, and left my bus there, and I hitchhiked back to Eugene, Oregon, to get my car where I left it, and it was taking like hours, and I walked like 5 miles, and I had my thumb out so long, and I said, next car comes by, I'm flipping them off, and that happened. Car come by, I flip them the bird, and then the car pulls over. I said, oh shit, I'm in trouble now. I flipped off the wrong person. And the guy goes, you must have been out here a long time. I said, yep. And he said, that's the only reason I could figure anybody would flip me off instead of put out their thumb. He gave me a ride. Not all the way. He gave me a ride part way, and I had to get my thumb out again, but it wasn't long from there. Yeah, Doug Preston. I think they might know the area. They don't know exactly where, which of these blazes. But Leo Salazar is the one showed Forrest some of the stuff, or went with Forrest exploring some of the stuff. That's why I train. So I take you. Listen close after you take a couple times. Anyway, yeah. Yeah, like I said, the 500-foot people drove by. They just drove by. They didn't even stop their car. The 200 feet people stopped their car. That's the difference. They stopped and got out and maybe had a sandwich. Right, Yogi? He would not risk Preston knowing ruins the whole deal. Yeah. He put it some. Doug Preston knew the general area probably, but Doug Preston, he's not. He doesn't need the treasure, So somebody who doesn't need it is somebody you can trust, Zooming on the bells, there's a wheel, a ladder, a missing X, and a poem, and a dead stick man. So you can keep a suit. Yeah. I've got even one rock form. It looks like a hand holding the bell, and it's like 10 feet from the road. People drive right by it. There's there isn't really a sidewalk or any place that you can. You're like, if somebody on the road bumps you, you're in the canyon, So you can go and went and got a picture of it when there's no traffic coming. You can run out there and get a picture of it, and run back. But otherwise, you'd get run off the road because of the canyon. Hood Jack. I gotta go do some grocery shopping. I just harvested my refrigerator. That's when you take everything out of the refrigerator that's growing. That's how you harvest your refrigerator. Yeah. Anything that was growing in there came out. You check the bottle, the salad dressing. That expired in July. Zooming on the bill. I had tacos. It would have been nice to have sour cream on them, but there are not enough people here to stock sour cream. You buy something, you got to eat the whole thing yourself. Dead stick man, Blaze, you boots on the ground this year. Anybody not see the animation I made of the Blaze? It's from page 95, him holding the tombstone. And the tombstone's below a waterfall. Brown's cabin. Brown's cabin from 1850. Brown was a friend of Butch Cassidy, outlaw who was hiding out in the. They didn't know where his cabin was. I found his cabin. Knew all women graduated at Denver Museum at Folsom Pond. Yeah. And you've seen the who is that? Someone named Sparks in the chat room, and the CEO, the chief executive officer of the Denver Museum of Nature and Sciences, George Sparks. I was talking about being on the swim team. One of the guys on the swim team was a George Sparks. Carbondale, Kansas. Yeah. I was trying to use the 6 degrees of separation once, and I said, well, there should be a clue on my shirt because I had a shirt with a little from Wellsville, New York, Texas hot air balloon festival, right? And I was in Salida, right? And if you look at a map in Salida, right, and I look at my shirt and it says Wellsville. Wellsville is the next town from Salida in Browns Canyon, and there are pinyon kilns there where they burn pinyon trees. You would smell pinyon nuts. Really, that. But what I found like a dozen pinyon kilns in the area. And then I was triangulating, and 2 of the pinyon kilns had arches in the rocks above them, and you could make an X crossing the arches with the kilns and where that X lined up and all that stuff. Yeah, I used to go through Carbondale on the way to Aspen from Denver. I lived in Denver from 89 to 96. And then I lived there again 2000, late 2000 until 2002. So I was there for 9/11. And I remember the skies empty of planes and everything that day. It was weird. Down the canyon is Thomas Moran. This is my home of Brown because of his paintings, Great Springs of the Firehole River, and capitalized word of Brown on it. Yeah. There's somebody deciphering shorthand out of the drawings too. But you don't need all of the clues. You can get there without everything, without all the hints. There's a lot of hints in all the books. There are hints in the drawings in Too Far to Walk. There are hints in the drawings. He said he drew the poem, so he wrote the drawings. Wasn't Pinion Retract? Yeah, basically. But I did find there is a big pinyon tree. I got pictures of it, of the pine cones on it and all that. There's a one pinyon tree real close to where the couple 100 feet from the treasure, where I suspect the treasure to be. Like I said, I take these pictures with a 300 millimeter lens. I can take a picture of something from half a mile away and it looks like it's right next door, you know? So I got the picture of it, and the next is to plan my next expedition to that right there. That's all I'm gonna go there and look. And there's a bunch of bushes at the bottom. Solve will come from us, not a me. Have real conversation. Okay, yeah. Um, yeah. I've tried to. Yeah, I have way too many of the blazes of his stories photographed on the canyon walls. Way too many of them. Look at my video. It's I think it's cartoons of the. I did a slideshow of all the art of the chase or something, I had a slideshow of the card of the pictures of the formation, and I've got the Buffalo Cowboys car. You know, you got to have there's a Model A Ford, Model B Ford. Cowl has a gas cap is right part of the dashboard. The dashboard of that car is a gas tank. That's the part I have is the dashboard of the Buffalo Cowboy car. I've challenged many times. Anybody want to challenge my Buffalo Cowboy car? You're going to have to show me another one somewhere else in the search area. Another one that's identical to the Buffalo Cowboy car in the book. Nobody has challenged me on it. You can't challenge me by saying bullshit. You have to present evidence to challenge my evidence. You have to have your own piece of evidence that cancels mine. You don't. Nobody has a picture of any of his stories on any canyon walls or carved in any trees. Somebody can go carve his little stick man on any aspen anywhere. But those aspens might only live 500 years, or I don't, you know, who knows? I know they live at least 150 years or 170 years because there's stuff at Brown's Cabin carved 1851, 1858, I think it was. Yeah, this trickster appears in almost every Indian story. Yeah, the trickster, if anything, is Forrest. Okay, I'm not no tricking nobody. I know what I seen, and I know the totality of what I've seen. People that are making these that shoot arrows at me, they haven't seen a tenth of what they think that I have. The story of Atlantis in an age long ago, before the time before the Great Flood. Okay, what Indian story you know goes back that far? What's the greatest discovery ever? When Atlantis is found, it'll be the greatest discovery ever. The Hopi don't go back that far. There are guys with beards in these images. The Hopi don't have beards. What's the body of water? It wasn't in a body of water. It was in the D of the word wood. It was in a meadow shaped like the letter D, next to the letter O, which was next to another O, which was next to a W. Like somebody took a lawnmower and mowed the word wood out of the forest and left meadows there. It's the word wood. He prayed for D's. The Buffalo Cowboy car was in the D. There was a seat cushion springs. He said he was sitting on a seat cushion that was in the back seat. Well, I found the seat cushion too, and it's like a mattress springs, but it's only, as big as your ass. Well, that might be a mattress. This was just a seat cushion. It wasn't a mattress springs, but it was springs that would be in a seat cushion. In the D of the word wood, tired and weak. Tired and weak is a place. It's not just that I'm old and weak. No, it's a clue. And that's where I am camped right now. I am camped at Tired and Weak. It's only open from June till there's too much snow to keep the gate open, which is sometimes December. I've come up. I've been up here in December. And then January starts getting too much snow to go searching up here. But actually November, and you get some warm days, and especially on places where there's southern exposure, there's no snow. Chagrined by this on Neil in a haystack then, but I don't think he would do that. The poem leads you to the stories on the canyon walls, and then you follow the stories on the canyon walls to the treasure. That's how it works. Nobody wants to believe that, but that's how it works, and that's how the treasure's going to be found. No other way. Hey, my kids should pay a little more attention, especially to the details, and what, I'll share with him what I know, because if I croak over, then boop, we're back to ground zero, back to clue number one again. Look down from that cliff, you see a pathway to the opening. Yeah. When I go to these places where there is and I'm up on one of these, I'll go over to the edge and I'll look down. Because am I supposed to look over the canyon down in? I'll see something looking from the top, or do I just look around along the bottom of the cliff? Is something people are starting to listen. Yeah. There. See, you can overrule them, Joe. I should make Joe a moderator. Yeah, I think he's a good moderator. It's like Forrest said, when you think the right things. Yep. You got to think like he did. You got to think like a 12-year-old, You got to have an open mind to it. Peter Pan. Wish upon a star. and here I got the thing. It's him holding it. It's from where I took the picture. It was because usually if you don't take the picture from the right spot, when you go to overlay the image out of the book on top of it, sometimes you might have to skew it a little, narrow it down. But I just get, all I had to do was scale the size until it was the same size, put it over the top, and it matched perfectly. You can see the fingers coming around the edge of the tombstone, and the arm coming down, elbow, and all that, and the collar and face, and except the rock. The rock actually has about 10 faces where the faces. There are, it's like pick a face. Which one do you want? I know, right? But did you search below the RV? The line goes through the there's nothing under my RV but the rocks. The dog isn't under there right now. And I'm parked like in the saddle of a hill, so it's not going to roll off anywhere. But I'm on leveling jacks. That's one of the things that still work on this RV is the leveling jacks. Kiss my grits. Close. I know, right? Line goes through the RV. Close. Oh, you saying clothesline? Yeah, clothes is CLOTH. Cloth. Your cloth. Man of the cloth. So if you weren't a man of the cloth, you ran around naked back in the day, huh? It was probably it. The first religion. Oh, cover yourself in front of God. Right? So they were the men of the cloth. Because everybody was naked. I came up with a gnome's nuts, and nuts is spelled KNUTS. That's AGK. So I sent a message to Puppet Forrest that he's got to do a gnome's nuts. Yeah. But not trying to be just trying to understand that what would mean the book contains major clues, not subtle hints, as he says. It's subtle hints, like, find a substitute is mentioned, or substitutes are mentioned like 3 or 4 times in the book. Things that are mentioned more than 2 or more times. That's a double. Anything that's doubled. Forrest Fenn, FF. He's got 2 F words for his name. It's a double blazes. The middle fingers is 2 F words. The last page. I swear it was there. After he says, after the arch thing, I wish I could have lived to do the things I was attributed to. No time spent in thought was wasted, and nothing too small to know. So one should not let knowing a little bit substitute for learning more. So right there on the last page, substitute is used. and he uses it when he's talking about his father trying to find a substitute, and the phone was at the end of the hallway. The bell was, and there was another thing about Miss Ford and a substitute. But he says trying to find, because the words, when he says find in the book, those are important. Those are things you want to find. Find a substitute. Find a good-looking rock. Look at the thing with the goat on it, and the rock under the goat has an elephant on it. Who's the elephant in the chase? Yeah, we know who the elephant in the chase is. Nobody sees the elephant in the room. You know? Could have sworn Forrest said read the book over and over. Yeah, read the book over and over. You got to know Forrest. You got to know him inside and out. Uh-huh. Kiss my grid. Yeah. You think about it. Back in the days of Atlantis, they had elephants. The Plato said they had lots of elephants, and plenty of the plains were big enough to feed all of the elephants. There are a lot of elephants. And and back 12,000 years ago, you couldn't get a pickup truck. They had short-legged horses here. So that wasn't, you could maybe ride one of them, but the big picture is freaking Atlantis. Nobody wants to believe that. It's the biggest discovery ever. It's here. It's these shapes and things in the rock. It was put there. It's too complicated to be natural. And where was it going? Okay, I was talking about the elephants, and they had short-legged horses. Well, a short-legged horse, yeah, one guy can ride that. But you put your whole family on a mammoth. They were even bigger than the African elephant, about 1.5 times bigger. I don't have to read the book, y'all. It's in the sites. The drawings in the book are important because they're the blazes. If you watch any of these guys, the Southern, the Knights of whatever, that hid the treasure to, restart the Civil War or whatever. All of theirs, they go by symbols on trees and in the rocks and stuff. You got to have signs. A blaze is a sign. There's got to be a sign telling you you're in the right place. The signs are his stories. That's why it's so special to him, because his stories are blazed on the canyon walls. Biggest pictures in the book, the class photo. Big picture could. That's a picture of the county. That's the picture of his class. There's a picture that hints to the county. I know that. You could find it with just the poem, but the odds. Yeah, you see my little gif I made of the Scarecrow and Dorothy, and the Scarecrow says, "So all I need is the poem and a good map." He asked Dorothy question, and she says, I think we better go see the wizard first. Get a brain. Oh, you don't just need a poem and a map. No, you got to have a brain too. Because if you can't figure out the riddle, do they even teach kids what a riddle is anymore? What's with the red letters in the book? He doesn't want you to damage the ancient ruins that are out there. It's not in. I don't think it's not part of the rock. It's not in. It's not. Don't go with your rock pick trying to bust up all the ancient stuff to try and get the treasure out of there. It's not going to be like that. It's not in the rocks. It's there may have been, there was a cubby hole. He put it in there. It barely fit in there, like he was saying that there was barely room in the grapette bottle for the grapette. He was talking about the 2-ounce bottle, maybe, I don't know. But he was saying that there was barely room to stick the treasure into the hole he stuck it in. And then he probably picked up a rock and stuck it in the hole to cover it. That's entombed. That's not buried. This is the nicest crowd I've found. Oh, thanks. Good. Yeah, I tame them. I bite their heads off if they're nasty. Here. Yeah, well, I got an hour and 42. I'm gonna cut it off before 2. Before 2 hours. That's before midnight. the Monday mammoth to midnight. That's what we go. Yeah, 10 to midnight Mondays. And I only took 2 tokes off my peace pipe, and my I watch his channel, the Uptown Grow Lab. He's in Redmond, Oregon, and the guy does a stream every night, like 9 o'clock. So it's just before my. So when he's done, I come on. But one of the things, his chat room, there's no trolls or everybody's, hey, how you doing? You know, everybody's high and happy. You know. That's why do you think the Indians invented the peace pipe? Chest, as valuable as it is, must be enclosed in some container. Yeah, I think he put it in a Tupperware. It's at least in a Tupperware. And another thing, I had hidden a coin. What was it? Last year I hid a coin under a rock in the crack between the, it's a canyon wall, and there's a crack going horizontal across the canyon wall, and I was able to go, and I put a coin in there. It's in a little plastic case. I put a little Anubis coin in there because Anubis is the guardian of treasure and the dead, and Anubis is just around the corner from there too. But that is maybe a quarter mile from the treasure. I'd been in the right area. I'm just one guy with 2 eyeballs and a dog that drags me. Browns, but Browns. Rounds Canyon, Colorado. Born and raised, don't think it. No, it's not in Browns Canyon. I'm not in Browns Canyon. I was searching up there, when I was searching for a trail near what's the name? I can't. It's a P place. But anyhow, I was searching for Rainbow Trail there to find the beginning of his rainbow. I was looking for the beginning of his rainbow where warm water halts, and came up Rainbow Hot Springs, and that sent me here. And when I went to camp, I looked up the meaning of the name of the place, and it meant noble and bright. Noble and bright is ablaze, and it was at 10,200 feet. And so that's like, boom, it's below the blaze, below 10,200 feet. But there are many other blazes you come to learn. It's because you're up in Browns Canyon. Yeah. They're all over there. They all followed me there. They think that because I got some videos from searching up there from 2016, 2015 and stuff, that that's the area I'm in. They think they're following me because I don't give out the names of many of the places. But David Jennings Brown was the billionaire with $1.2 million of bronze, which some of it was most likely purchased at Forrest Fenn's gallery. And David Jennings Brown died in 2013. I think when Forrest was selling the book, I think the guy had the property up for sale because I think he had cancer and he knew so he had to sell he was trying to liquidate his properties for his family, whatever. But the place has an indoor Olympic swimming pool. I think it's 70,000 square feet. Yes, Forrest Fenn. The blaze is singular. There is one, the blaze, but there are many other blazes to get there. There's not just one blaze. The gypsies are ablaze. The stout-hearted men are ablaze. The school teacher standing over the boy sleeping at his desk is ablaze. The Buffalo Cowboys car is ablaze. The Skippy's helicopter contraption's ablaze. The ZPU gun is ablaze. Thoth is ablaze. Anubis is ablaze. All of these formations each rock figure is ablaze, basically. He said there are 10 billion blazes out there, and nobody wants to believe him or me. So, if you don't believe me, then believe Forrest. There's 10 billion blazes out there. This is right. That's the same back to the last page. I know that my father is sitting on the edge of a cloud. He's in the rock. He's a little higher in the rock. Somewhere watching. If he knows everything about me, he's pretty busy lighting candles, some of them at both ends. That is double blazes. In the book, it comes out of the book. And I found a rock formation that looked like two middle fingers right now, like this, and it was like a little fire hearth, and it had red ochre all around it, and it's right next to his pile of airplanes. That's another blaze. So there's the double blazes right next to the blaze of his airplanes, and on there's the pile of wrecked airplanes on the right of the double blazes, and there's his fighter jet flying along with the external fuel tank on it and all that under the wing, going off to the right or the left. Yeah, one's on the right one, but it's a pile of air, and there's even a little guy drawn in the cockpit and stuff on the rocks, and that's right below a giant eagle head. There's another blaze, a bird in a nest, and everything, and and the and there's uh, the lonesome dove in the Valley of the Moon. You know, Quantum Parker and all that. He's related to Lonesome Dove. That's a lonesome dove in the Valley of the Moon. Those are two RV parks right next door to each other. Moon Valley and Lonesome Goodnight's Lonesome Dove. There are two RV parks right next door to each other. That's a clue. That's why the moon, the crescent moon, is also known as the Valley of the Moon. Well, I got plenty of mammoths, head-to-head mammoths, and a mammoth is an omega. Believe me or not, an elephant is shaped like an omega. You'll have to go with that because that's how you imagine. That's how you imagine. If you can't imagine it, then I guess maybe you should go look for David Blaine's treasure. But I'm really, I can say so much about my thing because nobody knows my X marks the spot. They know the general area, and I've been in the general area for 3 years, and it's taken me that long to get to the right spot, to find the correct blaze. And I've taken over 50,000 pictures to get here. It's not easy. You can't just, you're not going to find it. I mean, you got to go out and you got to take all the pictures and you got to look at every rock formation for 40 miles. Yeah, you're never. It's like you're never going to get there. Nigh and high. You got to go. The route of the poem to get from where warm waters halt to the final blaze. You do. It leaves he says the treasure is below 10,200. It doesn't mean the poem doesn't take you over that height. It goes from watershed to watershed. There is an Underwood private airport close to a place called Rainbow Inn. Yeah. Yeah, I had a Morning Shadow Airport, Morning Shadow Ranch Airport. If for nope, never heard of that. He said he never heard of where I'm camped here either, and other people tell, oh no, he's been there. Oh, I ain't my 2 hours yet. Oh, I don't know how my batteries are doing on my computer. 50%. This whole time my computer's been running on its battery here that I've been streaming. Generators off. Vehicle batteries are dead. or dead enough to start the generator. I wait when the computer runs out of its battery, then I go start the generator, charge it up. But I go to my new doctor tomorrow afternoon. Dr. North Face. Pretty much. There's an Underwood. Yeah, I don't know where that. I had a friend named Underwood. His kid, I built a snowman for my kid. And, I mean, it wasn't easy putting that middle ball of snow. It was like this big, you know. Put it up there. And yeah, Underwood, his little punk kid went and knocked down my snowman. Pissed me off. Took me a couple hours to put that thing together. He had big stick arms that the sticks were like, I had them all the way through. And so I had snow packed on the sticks. And so the snowman had arms with fingers. The sticks each had, like 3 fingers on them. And so I had a snowman with sticks and fingers. He had a Schlitz belt buckle, Schlitz can for a belt buckle, and he had grapefruit eyes, and it was a basket, basket handle with the 2 loops, loop on each end, one of them a basket handle for a smile, and I think we had a carrot for a nose. And what did we use for? He had buttons. I can't remember what we used. He had a scarf, but it was the coolest. And he was 6 feet tall. And the bottom ball on that thing was like 3 feet around. Oh no, I'm a little higher than that. There ain't a spot in this valley that's that low. I mean, the valley down there, my land is 7,650 feet, and it's right by the Rio Grande where it goes into New Mexico. So I'm just 80 miles north of Taos, my property. But where I am now, I'm about 35 miles from New Mexico. If you had an airplane. To fish, my favorite isolated spot. Not necessarily a favorite anymore. Well, sometimes please combine minds and find this. I think I've already done all. There isn't a whole lot other people, like Sasha gave. Oh, the 3 rock. I got the 3. I went and looked at the 3 rocks, and but I think it's at this spot. This spot is the most logical, where you would bring a sandwich and everything. Usually have con. Yeah. Yeah, it's hard to even get someone to go help you search. It has to be somebody you trust. And so far, I mean, if I'm on the last leg, it's like there ain't many people I would trust to take on my final search. But my kid needs to learn all the details about this thing and know where all these monuments are. I took it off. I took all my stuff off. I had things marked on Google Earth and stuff, and somebody told me that someone was hacking people's Google Maps, and so I took all my stuff off of I saved it, put it on a file, put it on a zip drive, and whoop, not on the computer, you know. So when I want to edit it, I can put it in the zip drive, and somebody would have to catch me while I'm editing it. And then I don't have these final targets. I have a lot of the other stuff marked on there, but I don't have these final targets aren't even on there. But this is right where it belongs. No paddle up your creek. The creek comes down the hill, runs right past this rock with the canoe on it. So follow the creek up there where it comes out of the rock up the hill. When here M is secret. W turn. No, what it is, see, you got the W and the M. That's why I'm William Michael. See? That's just my name. That's all that WM means. Yeah. And an abbreviation for William is WM. Yeah. 23 times in the poem. 23. Yeah. I know another secret number that comes from Once Upon a While. Yeah, and I look, oh, I know why that number comes up in there. Yeah, there's a milepost. Nice new MM. WM. WM. My number's class is 76. Born too late in 58. And Forrest used that same, that's one of my old things. And he said, he come up with, and he's saying, it's like, man, what are you saying some of the same stuff I've been? Anyone admit searching in Glacier National Park? No. Bullwinkle. Maybe some Canadians. Bigfoot. What are you doing, Jack? You still got that on? I thought I took that off of you. No? Come here. Come on, Jack. Come here. Well, I better end, and I got that bark collar, disarmed bark collar on him, and he's afraid of it, so he's not gonna bark at me. And you know how dogs are. You know, because he thinks a lot. He does a lot of think. I can tell when that guy is thinking. You go, I can't bark. I got this thing on. I can't bark. Come here, Jack. Come here, buddy. Come here. Oh, we're gonna snap that off of you. See, there's a now he thinks we can talk again. I can make noise and raise hell. See, there's a piece of paper on the battery, between the battery and the terminal, so it's not making contact. It wasn't even on. So that's great. I'll never have to buy batteries. All I got to do is put the collar on and he shuts up. Oh, Jack, are you a good boy? You come here. I got something for you, Jack. Come here. Come here. He's got a. Yeah. If I wake up early enough tomorrow, I'll go look tomorrow. Because I got a doctor appointment in the early afternoon. So I'd have to be able to get up there and get up there and get back before the doctor appointment. And then I got to have an hour to get to the doctor. You know, he got his treat. Huh, Jack? Boy, he was sure quiet for that show, wasn't he? He didn't upset anybody's else's dog. It's an F-100. I think I had it in my car when I went to Fenn, and I came back and the sun hit it and warped the wings, but it was just a toy. Forrest Fenn told me a bunch of stuff about it. This is, you know, Japanese model. Oh, Davio won't find it. I know that. But Davio, I've been hinting at him, hey, you would really enjoy climbing on some of these formations. I mean, there's some place. He's a rock climber, you know? I like different. Yeah. Yep. Well, Jack's he's loosened up. He says, okay, I've had that collar off for 3 minutes. I'm almost ready to bark to get out the door. Some of us had a treasure sleep well. Yeah. Yeah. How you doing, Maria? You just get here? Just wake up? Insomnia? Why people with YouTube channel? So there's nobody that does not have channel worthy. The periodic tables theory of periodic tables, a list of minerals. Yeah. Bootjack Ranch is or Brown's home of Brown is in Mineral County, where Warm Waters Hall. Okay, well, yes. So, I was just signing off. Maria just got here, I think. It was 2 hours I was on, so wait a little bit and you can play from the beginning. Fall asleep part way through it. I showed him my GIF. You seen the animation I made of the rock and all that. And Jack is antsy now. All right. Yeah, because I'm 2 hours and 9 minutes now. So I don't want to have 3-hour videos of stuff is way too long. I see these other people, keeping it short. We don't want to upset anybody or you waste your time. It's like, that's what I watched YouTube for, waste time. I like to find a video that's good and long so I don't have to find another video to watch. All right. Y'all have a good night. I got to put Jack on his lead and let him out the door. Hopefully there are no mountain lions out there. Once he goes out there and sees it's dark, he wants right back in. Oh, okay. Over. See ya.